Hey guys, Hemclone here, and how y'all doing? Today I'm making the first in a series of videos geared towards teaching people how to snipe. So today we're going to cover the basics, what you need to know before you get into sniping. So there are two things you need to know. What is the right class for you, and what are the right settings for you? Because you see, these 2 points can vary a lot from person to person. So first off, let's start with the right class. So I would recommend you to watch my sniping build video, Divine Light. It's on my YouTube channel. It's a really good all-around sniping build. So if you guys don't want to have like my build, you guys don't want to copy me, here's what you want to do if you're building your own build. So you want an aggressive 200 damage bolt action rifle with a quick and versatile secondary. For your armor build, you want a tanky-ish armor build, so something around 220. That's what I've got. I've got a 218 build. It's really quick. It's got 4 gear slots, and it's pretty tanky. Again, I highly recommend you to copy my build because it's really good for anyone who's starting out, and it's good even when you become pretty good at sniping. Like I'm still using my build. Right? It's good for pretty much any skill level. Alright, for the right settings, what do you want? Well, let's take a look at that, shall we? So first off, we've got the game, FOV. This is very important. You probably want this to be around between 80 and 95 because if you have it too low, then you don't have enough of a field of view. You can't see that much stuff. And if you have it around 95 plus, you'll have like this fisheye effect kind of thing, which will warp your vision and it'll just make your aim all weird, and you won't shoot on target. For the crosshair, what do you want? Well, you definitely want a small crosshair, something like what I have. You see, it's just, you can see it right here, right under the enemy far, the last line over here. Just a little dot. Essentially, why you want it to be a little dot is because you'll just aim on the target. You can aim on someone's head really far away and be right on target, and then get them across the map. For the colors, I recommend light purple because essentially, if you change the friendly colors to green and red, which are pretty much, I think that's default. Well, the red is default, but dark green, I don't know what default is. I think it's just normal green. Yeah, there you go. So essentially, when you'll aim on an enemy, the purple will become red, and it's enough of a visible change so you can actually see it even on a small crosshair like that. And again, tick lengths, make that small because you want a small reticle. For the control, what do you want for sensitivity? So be careful here for tight aim ADS sensitivity, because with parity patch, what happened is the sensitivity was changed. So now one sensitivity point is worth half of a sensitivity point of the pre-parity patch sensitivity. So for example, this would be a 12 sensitivity for ADS pre-parity. So for the look sensitivity, you want something between 10 and 15. That's probably good because you want a slow sensitivity but fast enough to be able to turn around on people if they start shooting you from behind. And you definitely don't want something like 50 unless you're trying to get trick shots and 360 no scopes and things like that. For the tight aim sensitivity, a little bit lower than your look sensitivity, just slightly lower, because essentially when you're scoping in, you're pretty close to your target, so you want it to slow it down. It really helps for quick scoping and doing drag scopes and all kinds of things. For the dead zones, this depends on your controller. Some people can have it on 0 and they won't have any weird aim, because what happens is some controllers, such as mine, don't have centered sticks, right? So when you're not touching the stick, it'll be like slightly to the right or slightly to the left or slightly in any direction. And what that'll do is, if you have your dead zone at 0, your aim will deviate on its own. So depending on your controller, you want to change the dead zone. Normally 5 is pretty good for everyone, and honestly it makes your movement seem a lot more convincing, for example, and like less spazzy, because if sometimes I'll play with 0 dead zones, okay, and my aim, I can't keep my aim straight in one place. It'll just deviate in all directions at all times, and it's just really spazzy. So 5-5, that's pretty much what you want. For the control binds, one thing that very few people do is they change the crouch and melee weapon control binds. So what that does is essentially you can crouch without having to take your finger off of the stick. This is good for even MLG players because it really helps for doing things such as strafing and quickly ducking in and out of cover, things like that. So this is pretty much all you need to know before you get into sniping. Make sure to stay tuned by subscribing, liking, doing all that stuff on my video, because I will be uploading more episodes on sniping. So stay tuned for that. Next up, I'm probably gonna get you guys do a tutorial on quick scoping, hard scoping, and drag scoping, because that's pretty much what you need. That's pretty much what you do as a sniper. Those are all the sniping. That's all sniping basically. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now I'm gonna leave a bit of gameplay right here. It's an okay game. I mean, I just played this game like 2 minutes ago. I figured, hey, you know what? I'll upload it. That's what I'm going to try to do with every single one of my tutorial videos. At the end of the video, I'll just upload a sniping gameplay right at the end, just so you guys can see what I do. I'll try to make it relevant to the video I'm making, like today. I mean, can't make it really relevant other than the fact that I'm using my sniper build and I'm using my sensitivity, so I've got my basics down. But yeah, make sure to watch. I really recommend you guys to watch the gameplay, because seeing what a good sniper does, such as movement and strafing like that, is a really good way to learn how to be a better sniper. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and have a nice day.
Trap.